It is only April 1941. We have a huge amount of factories. We have virtually infinite resources. We control half of the world. Austria is ruling the world once again, as it used to be, as it should be. Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel. After my Danubian Federation guide, which is still available on the channel, many of you requested a Habsburg version for Austria as well. So here we go. The strategy is somewhat similar to what we did for Habsburg Hungary. However, here we need to face a unique new set of challenges. The prize for succeeding? Well, we get to conquer all of Europe, to core Germany, and to take down the Axis and the Allies entirely on our own. If that sounds interesting, then this is the right video for you. If you have any doubts, feel free to ask in the comments and to join our amazing community on Discord. And of course, if you have been enjoying the content I make, please do not forget to support the channel by liking the video, subscribing, and leaving me a comment. It really helps. But that's all for the introduction, so let's get started. As usual guys, you can find all researches and focuses in the description of the video, so they will not be covered in the video itself. And you can get access to the dedicated spreadsheet by purchasing a tier 2 membership to the channel. And a little side note to members of the channel. In the shared folder you can also find the guide and spreadsheet covering the fascist version of this guide, in case you want to give that a try instead. Now, one last thing before we start, do keep in mind that I work very hard to reduce the RNG in this run to the bare minimum, but timing is very important. This is a challenging run and it does not allow much room for mistakes. So hopefully I will not make any. Alright then, let's start with the initial setup. So in terms of buildings, we're going for infrastructures followed by military factories in these three provinces here. This is our production priority. As for the army, we cannot do much, but we can give them a marshal, a general, and we can start training them. And the initial setup is already done. Now, when you get this message, you can ignore it entirely, let it expire. So it will automatically pick how awful, but we will gain a few more days of extra political power. That's it. Very briefly, I don't find it worth it to keep the Phoenix whatever, because this focus is unlocked quite late in our strategy, so not particularly worth it. Alright, at 150 political power, we are going to pick the silent workhorse advisor. Alright, so when you get this message, you should pick absolutely not, and then shortly you will get another message, and you pick there is a reason. So you lose another 100 political power. This will send us in negative political power, but that's not a problem. It's better than taking that bad advisor. By the way, there is some RNG with this message. This is the most common and also the worst possible option. So it's good that we got it in the guide. If you don't get the message, you don't get the first one, you don't get the second one, that's even better. You're going to have more political power than me in my run. After the second one, they always give up.
Verstanden!
Okay, at 100 political power, we're going to pick the improved worker conditions. And as soon as you complete this focus, we're going to make some changes to our army. We're going to start recruiting the max number of Alpini and the max number of cavalry divisions we can afford, which should be 17. We're also going to start improving relations with Hungary, and we're going to pick one of the special decisions for the Anschluss. This one here, only one. Here is the infantry equip MIO. Okay, as soon as this focus is done, we're going to pick the special decision of the Kingdom of Hungary let me do that again. We're going to offer Hungary a non-aggression pact. And as soon as this is done, whether they accept it or not, they usually do, we're going to pick annex the Kingdom of Hungary. As we do that, it is very important that we force deploy our Alpini. This will make all of the difference. If you don't force deploy them, Hungary will always refuse. If you force deploy them, Hungary should always accept, despite the fact that it says the outcome is uncertain. Well, let's see. And there we go, Hungary accepted. So we got Hungary for free. Now we're going to train everyone, put them at the border with Czechoslovakia. That probably doesn't change anything though. And then we're going to make some changes to occupied territories. We want the harsh quotas and we want to use this cavalry, the cheapest one. It's the Hungarian cavalry actually. At 150 political power, we are going to pick partial mobilization. And then as soon as possible, in a few days, we are going to improve relations with Czechoslovakia. Now, this is carefully timed with the war in China, which will increase the war tension and make Czechoslovakia more likely to accept our demands. So as soon as possible, at 50 political power, we are going to offer a non-aggression pact to Czechoslovakia. And again, they usually accept, but regardless of what they do, in any case, you go for annex the Czechoslovakian Republic. And again, as we did earlier, we are going to force deploy everything we can force deploy when we do that. Now, when you complete this focus, Bulgaria and Turkey will join your faction. I had some issues with this when running the fascist version of this guide, but never with the non-aligned version. In any case, if for any reason they refuse, if they both refuse, then you cannot follow this strategy. At least one of them has to accept for this strategy to work. This will also get rid of the Anschluss for us. Now let's see what Czechoslovakia does. And they accept it. They always accept if you follow the strategy carefully. Now we do need to fix a bit this army. So what we're going to do is we're going to split off all of the mountaineers and all of the cavalry.
Ihre Befehle. Ihre Befehle. Zu Befehl. Zuhören.
And you should have something like 21 or 22 cavalry battalions. We're going to force deploy as many as we need to get to 24, so 3 in this case. And we're going to cancel the other ones. We're going to remove some divisions from here. So this is the way in which we split our army. We have an entire group which will be infantry, an entire group of cavalry, and the remaining Alpini plus infantry in the third army. Now we also want to deploy and train all of the planes that we got at this point. Then after doing that, we're going to change all of these infantry divisions to the default infantry divisions. Let me call that inf, so it's easier to follow the spreadsheet. This will be inf, well this doesn't matter, but let's also do this. Alp. Then I don't know which cover we are using anymore, but probably this one. We also want to build military factories in the 100% provinces and in the 80% provinces. Make sure to finish the ones you were already building, like in this case. We're going to make some changes to the production. We want to split the military production between support equipment and infantry equipment, 7 each, and then no, let me do it differently actually. Sorry guys. Transfer train 1, artillery 1. Now, in terms of military production, we're going to make these adjustments. So we want 7 to infantry equip, 7 to support equip, including the future ones, and then 3 to trucks, 1 to trains, and all the remaining ones to towered artillery. Of course, the ones we are going to build. And we can continue. But actually, as soon as possible, we're going to integrate Poland as well. So we pick this decision right away. Oh, we also wanted to improve relations with Poland, which I did not do, but that should be fine. Let's also improve relations with Poland. And Poland accepts as well, so we get some more land for free. Look at us, we became already quite big without fighting a war. Without firing a single bullet. Sounds better. Now, as Poland accepted, it's time to get ready for the first war that we're going to fight against Yugoslavia and Romania. So for that, we're going to set our infantry in this way. Just a big offensive line in order to get the deep planning bonus. Now, this is a Not a challenging war, but one in which we do need to micro a little bit, especially our cavalry. So we send the cavalry behind them. Same exact command. And the remaining 15 divisions here will be at the border with Romania. We can give them an offensive line for later as well. Here we do want to adjust trade. Now, in terms of generals, I'm going to use this guy for the cavalry and this guy for mountaineers and the rest. We keep training them, and in fact we also give them some trades here. Especially these two are important, the other ones don't matter as much. We also want the highest motorization priority and to aggressively execute battle plans.
Angetreten!
As soon as we complete this focus, we are immediately going to annex Yugoslavia. They will always accept the first time, then we do it again, they always refuse the second time. And that's exactly what we want. So here is the first one, they accept, then we do it again from here. And in 30 days we will get our claim. Doesn't matter what you pick here.
Ihre Befehle!
Here is our MIO for artillery. And here is our claim on Yugoslavia. Of course, Yugoslavia is guaranteed by Romania, meaning we get a war against both, which is great because we get to annex both. Now, at this point, I would recommend making a save just in case. You never know. Ooh, some spoilers from a more advanced version of the game here. But not by the time I release this video, though. Okay, so also Yug guide. Okay, so at this point, we declare war on Yugoslavia. And that's the first thing. Then, we start building forts at the border with Germany, meaning here, 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 and here. And then in here. We ignore this part entirely. It's very important that you build them in the right place. These forts will save us from Germany. It is also very important that you raise their priority to the highest. So we need to build these forts before anything else. We're also going to pick the infantry expert. We are going to call Turkey into this war, and then Bulgaria will join as well later. Turkey should call them, so you don't need to do anything. And we need to micro a little bit our units here. So you can start an offensive with both, but then we're going to do some things manually. do that again, actually. Okay. So here we start attacking immediately. With the other ones, we don't do anything crazy. So we just want to push here. As you can see, they don't have divisions at the moment in here. So let's take advantage of that, especially with the cavalry. Now in here we want to push these guys a bit. You can use the cavalry to keep going down. Here it's very important to cut them off entirely, and so it is important to do here. The other thing we want to do here is we want to micro these two cavalry divisions to encircle Belgrado as soon as possible. And we're going to use our infantry to attack them and pin them down. Slow down the speed because you want to do this well. Also, you don't want to forget your planes. So immediately assign all planes here and then to your army. So you get the air superiority as well. Oh, who is this guy? I never got this event. I mean, sure. Not that we need him, but sure. So the goal in this case is not really to kill them. It takes too long. The goal is to rush the victory points and end Yugoslavia as fast as possible. And that shouldn't be too difficult. Of course, you can watch the unedited version if you want to see exactly how we do it, so I will not cover it in detail. Just abuse your cavalry and rush the victory points.
Befehle! Befehle! Angetreten! Befehle!
Now, as soon as you get to 10 army experience, you want to add the support artillery to our infantry divisions.
Ziel anvisiert! Treiben Sie zurück! Bereit zum Ausdrücken! Zu Befehl! Verstanden!
Now Bulgaria joined as well, so some additional pressure for them, but as you can see, it's easy to send some cavalry, rush all of these juicy victory points in here. We're also going to need these ones, and of course we need Belgrade to go down.
Achtung! Ausrücken! Ihre Befehle? Bereit zum Ausrücken. Ihre Befehle? Bereit. Befehle? Angetreten! Ihre Befehle! Ausrücken! Ausrücken!
Okay, this should be enough How did they get additional divisions in there? Suddenly. Now, as soon as you get to 19 army experience, it is time to design our tanks, which will carry us later in the game. No. Let's do this well. And for tanks, we're going to use these amazing design. So let's save it, and we are going to start producing it. All factories to it, and we decrease the production of artillery to only 2 factories. Oh, by the way, we also want to increase the infantry. Okay, let me do that again. So the new production is 10 to infantry equip, only 2 to artillery, and then all future ones to tanks. Now we should be almost done with Yugoslavia. Slightly late, but it's okay. And with this, I think we are done. Perfect. Okay, now in the peace conference, you want to annex everything that is claimed. So this stuff here. And this one too. And you want to puppet everything else in... well, this is a perfect place to do so. You want to balkanize them. So you want to split them into as many small puppets as possible. Something like this is perfect. Then you also want to take war reparations and resource rights. Perfect. Done. Now it is time to take care of Romania. Romania is a bit more challenging, but they are busy on multiple fronts, so it shouldn't be too much of a challenge. Usually the best way to push is to push from here with your infantry. So select your infantry, an offensive line like this. And what I usually do with my cavalry is I send the cavalry all over the front to keep the pressure up and to abuse gaps as soon as we get them. So something like this. I also immediately start pushing with these guys. They are currently under a lot of pressure. That's not a problem for us. It's actually good if Romania pushes us a bit, so their army will be spread across a larger territory. Let's make a save in any case. Make sure that your divisions move there as fast as possible, so use trains. And another thing I would recommend is, if you can, try to get this region here, this tile here, Timisoara, because it has a supply hub, which is very important. Other than that, you can give your units some planning. And then let's just go for an all-in offensive.
Rückzug! Auf geht's!
As soon as possible, we're also going to pick the limited conscription.
Ausrücken! Los, los, los! Zeigt es ihnen! Wieder zurück! Achtung! Achtung! Abstand halten! Vorwärts, Männer! Vorrücken! Los, los, los! Greift weiter an! Befehle! In Bewegung bleiben! Treiben Sie zurück! In Bewegung bleiben! Vorrücken! Bereit! Befehl! Achtung! Angetreten! Zuhören!
Okay, we're not there yet, but we're getting closer. It's okay. Not the fastest, but it's fine. Again, you can abuse the cavalry when you can to rush victory points. And that's it. That's Romania down. Don't worry about the war score. You will have enough to do what you need, which is to puppet Moldova and to annex everything else. Start from here, because these provinces Bulgaria will claim. You want to contest them. This one too. As you want to annex everything. You don't want to give anything to poor Bulgaria. And you also want to take the navy with the remaining points. So that's it. Here we go. We got Romania under our control. And that's big, because it means that we can now restore the Austro-Hungarian Empire and get cores on this massive region that you can see highlighted. So let's go on and do that. Austria-Hungary is back. And it's back to stay and to kick the Germans' ass. Now, usually this war should end between June and August 1938. We are right in the middle of that, so not the best, not the worst. And in your run, if you're much later than this, you might be in trouble. Now, what we want to do at this point is we want to start recruiting 24 infantry divisions. Let's go on and do that. And we're going to change all of the cavalry divisions to infantry as well. We're going to start setting up for Germany, and we're going to stop all of our planes. We're not going to use them in the first phases of the war against Germany, so we may as well stop them entirely.
Bereit zum Ausrücken!
Now for the setup, we're going to split this infantry into two groups, something like this. Use this guy for the second group.
Verstanden.
And these guys are going to be with a different marshal. We're going to use this guy for them.
Bereit.
So we're going to use these two armies here, down here in this little province.
Verstanden.
We're going to use an army like this up to the river. These guys, we're going to take all of the mountaineers away.
Befehle.
Create another army. Although I would like to use him on this army. And we're going to use a fallback line in here.
Befehle.
As for these remaining divisions that you have here, we're going to use them here to protect this part of the front against Germany. Now, of course, soon we will need more divisions. The idea is to recruit another 48 infantry divisions that will cover the rest of the front.
Ihre Befehle.
Want to train all of them, make sure that they all have the highest motorization
Bereit zum
priority,
Ausrücken.
and that's it. Now we're starting to get all of the manpower from these additional corps, and then as soon as possible, you want to force deploy this infantry. We need them on the front ASAP. So there we go. We can force deploy. Let's do it right away.
Verstanden.
Create another army of 24, which will cover this part of the front up to the river. And as we do that, we're also going to start recruiting another 24 infantry divisions.
Angetreten.
As soon as you complete the anti-air research, you want to start producing some anti-air. We're going to produce them with 3 factories taken from tanks. And we're also going to start building anti-air in these provinces here. This one, this one, this one, and this one. These 4 provinces. This is our highest priority above everything else. Now again, we want to force deploy the infantry as soon as they are ready.
Befehle.
And we're going to protect the western front with this additional army. This front will be under more pressure, or it is usually under more pressure. Okay, we got all of them deployed.
Achtung.
Now we're just going to train them as much as possible before Germany attacks us, which is going to happen before Germany attacks us, which is going to happen in about 1 month. Now that we force deployed all of our infantry, we're also going to change these infantry divisions into offensive divisions. For that, we're going to duplicate infantry, and we're going to create a new... Well, let me do that again, actually. Let me do that entirely again, sorry. So as we force deploy all of the infantry we need, we're going to duplicate our infantry template and create off. It's actually off D. We're going to use this template for off. You may not have enough army experience yet. If you don't have it, just do it as soon as you can. And we're going to change this main army into this new template.
Befehle.
Make sure to train them as well, as I will probably need some additional training.
Angetreten! Angetreten!
Usually Germany attacks around this time, but there is a little bit of RNG as to when they attack exactly. So as soon as you complete the focus, pick the Army Offense Expert. I would not complain with the fact that Germany hasn't attacked yet, because we're not exactly ready. We can train our infantry, that's even better. Okay, there we go. So this can happen around this time or about 1 month earlier. Usually it happens around the end of October. Here it happened around the end of November. And if you're very unlucky, it may happen in September. Anything before that is not really supposed to happen. In any case, the later, the better, I would say. So you will be able to have slightly more trained divisions, but overall it doesn't matter as much. When you get this message, stop training your divisions. You don't want them to be training when Germany attacks. Then you can buy like 4 or 5 days before you pick the German war machine stops here. So just 1, 2, 3. Okay, I will accept it now. So the German war machine stops here. You will still have a few more days before they actually attack. But now it's almost time to be ready for the offensive, as Germany will declare war on you very soon. There we go. Okay, war on us. Now, it's important that you do not defend this area here. So you want to stay in here. You want to completely abandon these territories here. The other thing you can do right away as Germany attacks is you can pick war economy. So let's go on and do that. And you should also be able to pick right away the concealment specialist. Of course, Germany has the air superiority, so that's very, very important. The other thing you want to do is you want to call Turkey and Bulgaria into the war, as they will send you some additional divisions, which we can definitely use. Also, slow down a bit here, because Germany is likely to attack.
Achtung!
Okay. Now accept the divisions that Turkey and Bulgaria send you.
Führen.
And use them to reinforce usually this front. And now Germany tends to focus, concentrate forces in here and in here for their offensives. So those are the parts that you need to reinforce the most. By the way, guys, one very important thing is, as you can see, we don't have the air superiority. We don't want to use our planes because we would lose them entirely. So you don't really want to fight Germany. But one thing is we built the anti-air, let me show you that actually, let me show you properly. So we built anti-air in all of these regions here, and that massively protects the part of the front that we need to defend. So much that Germany is too scared to send actually their planes down there, and still they are losing some of them. As you can see, they lost 15 support planes already to our anti-air. And in here, where they're using them more, they lost 18 already. The other advantage of doing this, and this is massive, this is changed the run for me, is it will protect our trains and our trucks. Not entirely, we're still going to use some of them, but without anti-air... How is that called, by the way? Stationary anti-air? No, just anti-air, okay. But without anti-air, this area would be completely destroyed. We would be wasting all of our factories on repairs, and we would run completely out of supplies because of the logistics. So stationary anti-air can be incredibly useful. Okay, Turkey is also sending 3 divisions. Turkey, come on, you can do better than that.
Angetreten.
Oh, also, let's pick defensive doctrine here. Very important. Here we can pick organization first. Here we can pick infantry expert, okay. For now, we just defend, and we actually hope that Germany attacks a bit more than this, so that they can burn some equipment and lose some manpower.
Befehle. Bereit.
Now, when we are not under attack, we can try to train our divisions a bit more and get them to regular training. So these guys, for example, we can probably train them. And if this triggers Germany into attacking us more, it's better. One very important thing, guys. Here, no matter what, you cannot lose anything. If you lose any tile, any fortified region, it's GG. You will never recover it. Germany will keep pushing and it will destroy you. So pay attention to this micro it if needed. Use last stand if needed, but do not lose these forts. These forts are what is keeping us alive. You cannot lose any of them, including this one. Now, we're very happy with Germany attacking in here because in addition to the forts, tier 4 forts, here we also have the state modifier that we got earlier on with those special decisions. And that's very, very cool. Actually, I should have made a save. I'll make it now. I usually make a save when Germany attacks. Bit late, but it's okay. But it's under control, so we can speed up. Now, as soon as you can, at 100 army experience, do pick the first Grand Battle Plan Doctrine. It's very helpful, especially defensively.
Los, los, los! Angetreten!
Okay, looks like they moved. By the way, you can see them moving. Now they have less divisions here. They moved them in here, so they're going to start pushing on this front. Should be fine, because this is heavily fortified as well, so shouldn't be a problem. In fact, when they do move on the opposite side, use that chance to train the divisions that you have on this side. So these guys here, for example, we can start training as well.
Befehl!
Okay, at 150 political power, we're going to pick the telephone company. And then we're going to wait for 45 army experience, which we should get soon. Here we go. Okay, 45 army experience, so we can use it to change our off-T a little bit, quite a bit actually. As we now want it to be 30 with, so a lot more infantry, one more tank battalion, and add the support anti-air as well. 45 army experience in total. Let's save it and let's start training them as soon as possible.
Achtung!
Looks like the Germans are still pushing on this side, so we may be able to get some training in.
In Bewegung bleiben!
Very happy to see that everyone else is trained. This means that it will be almost impossible for Germany to break through.
Bereit!
Oh no, it's bugged. That's incredibly annoying. Well, it's fine, I guess. I did want to check the stats, but I don't want to reload that. Now, reloading is always bad in this game, so let's not do that. Okay, at 100 political power, we're going to pick army regrouping. And as soon as possible, we're going to pick the... Oh, wait a second. And as soon as possible, we're going to pick spirits, starting from logistical focus. Probably one of the best spirits in the game. If not the best. There we go. After this, we're going to pick a quick improvisation and we're going to pick bold attack. Now, Italy joined the Axis, but that's not a problem because they are still not going to join the war for at least 1 year from now. So they usually join in June 1940. So for now, we're fine. In fact, we are going to attack Italy.
Achtung!
Okay, you can see them, right? They moved and now they are here. And you can see that they are in this area right now. So they are soon going to start pushing in this direction, which is very good. I'm very happy with that. We have our best divisions in here, although they are training, but that's fine. Now, when you get free civilian factories, build more military factories. From now on, it's free. At least, no, never mind. For now, it's free, but not from now on. We'll edit this out.
Treiben Sie zurück!
Okay, 100 political power. We are going to pick the Grand Battle Plan Expert. At 100 political power, we're going to pick the Grand Battle Plan Expert. I'll not go for that yet. Okay, wait. As soon as possible, we're going to start a justification on Italy. Yeah, we can probably do that. You need the war tension to be at 50%. It is not always at 50% at this exact time, but it is usually at 50%. But usually it gets to 50% around August 1939.
Wir treiben Sie zurück!
What we're going to do is... Okay, sorry. What we're going to do with this army then is we're going to reposition them a little bit and we're going to start a push into Germany from here. This is a very, very important push. Unfortunately, spearheads are still broken as of the time I'm recording this video. So we will need to use a regular offensive line and micro a little bit. For now, let's move them there. See if we can justify on Italy, retake the core state. Yeah, we need more political power, okay. Now, if you start a push into Germany when they are pushing down here, that's ideal, because you have potential for a massive encirclement down here. That's not always the case, but this is the strategy in any case.
Angetreten!
Okay, let's maybe give them some planning bonus. Okay, now it's August. We can justify on Italy. So let's do it. Remember to do it on a core state, so you will never lose the claim. It's probably worth making a save. Now, when we start our offensive into Germany, we're also going to use all of the planes we have available. We're going to lose most of them, but going to be better than nothing, at least for the initial push. It looks like our guys are ready, so we can start this offensive, slow down the speed a bit, and try to micro it a little bit at least. So here we have a couple of goals. One goal is to cut out Germany entirely, so to reach France on this side, and then to take this tile to cut off Italy as well. The second goal that we have is to keep the supply hubs supplied, and the only way to do that is to take this one and to take this tile here, because that's the only railway that we have connecting to this region. Otherwise we will be completely isolated in terms of supplies, while the other option is to take this part up here. In this case, it seems to be a bit easier to get that part, so I think I'm going to go for that. These divisions are amazing, and they will push into Germany. Okay, this seems good. That should do it in terms of railways. So we don't need this tile here at this point.
Greift weiter an!
Even better. So let's reposition a little bit.
Befehle!
Keep the pressure up for now. The Germans are not ready. And they have so many divisions down here. It's gonna be great, especially if we can take this tile. We can give it a try, by the way. From time to time, give it a try with the Mountaineers. See if there is any chance to take this tile. It's actually looking pretty good. Maybe.
Greift weiter an! Vorrücken!
Oh, amazing. Our Mountaineers succeeded here. That's fantastic. So let's keep them in here for now. But this means that if we take this area here, then the Germans will be completely encircled. And they have a lot of divisions down here that will be encircled. See if we can get it done.
Verstanden! In Bewegung bleiben! Ausrücken!
Ooh, it looks like they may be in big trouble here, the Germans. Let's see. Ooh, this is big, guys. This is big. I don't know exactly how many divisions they have in there, but it's a lot.
Weiter an!
So this is the goal, regardless of the fact that you get many divisions or not. The goal for the first push against Germany is to cut them off, to encircle as many units as possible down here, and to kill them. So now that this is partially at least done, we're going to redeploy this offensive plan, get some planning.
Befehle!
I think we will also push a bit with the Mountaineers in here. They can get the job done, probably. You consider that now the Germans are completely out of supplies in there. So that's terrible for them.
Ausrücken! Ihre Befehle!
Okay, full planning. I like our chances. So we'll start this push. How do they get supplies? Completely encircled, they still get supplies somehow. Did I take bold attack? No, I forgot about bold attack. That's not great. It's okay.
Vorrücken!
Okay, let's take this part here. May play a role. I think we can push with them too.
Zu Befehl!
And things are falling apart very quickly for our German friends. There is a lot of stuff in here, a lot of German divisions. Who is this guy? Not this guy, okay. Well, that's fine. Ooh, 9 divisions are dying in there. Probably a bit more. Destroyed completely. Time for these ones to go down. We can use the infantry as well. Speed up the process.
Verstanden.
Oh, you don't have anything to do? I don't think that's the case. Okay, at 150 political power, we are going to pick the monarchist treasurer, if I can find him. What the fuck is he? What? Oh, okay. At 150 political power, we're going to pick the monarchist treasurer. And we're going to change another 12 infantry into offensive divisions. We're also going to start requesting forces from our puppets. They may have a few, not a lot probably, but can probably get a couple of units from them.
Bereit.
And we can use these units to reinforce our defenses. We're also going to change the production a little bit. The support equip can go down to 5, but we need a lot of guns, so we bring the production up to 25. We take them from tanks.
Angetreten. Verstanden. Ihre Befehle. Angetreten! Bereit?
Okay, now we can end this encirclement. Look at the Germans resisting even without supplies, completely encircled. His last stand. Good job, Germany. Good job. We're still pushing into this last stand. We'll still destroy them. This is very good. Okay, so yeah, what we can do at this point, since we don't need these 2 armies here, is we can adjust these guys a little bit.
Bereit zum Ausrücken. Bereit.
So we can cancel all of their commands, and then we can use a shift-click command along the entire front, so that they protect it a little bit better.
Befehle.
We will need to fix this before we take care of Italy.
Zeigt es ihnen.
But look at this. This is very nice to see. Dead. Okay, perfect.
Bereit.
Now, we're going to focus on Italy very soon, but before we do that, I want to fix this situation we got going on here. So let's send our best divisions. Maybe we can even get another encirclement in there.
Ziel anvisiert.
That wouldn't be bad.
Ausrücken.
Okay, let's push. How about you don't reinforce them?
Ausrücken.
Perfect.
Los, ausrücken.
Now we can kill these guys.
Zuhören.
As for this second offensive army, we're going to send it here at the border with Italy and we're going to start training them. Now do pick the doctrines when you get the army experience to do so. Now the Germans are much weaker and we can probably hold the front without issues. Also add a logistics wizard here. Okay, now the army that we used to kick the Germans' ass, we are going to use to kick the Italians' ass, which is much easier. So we're going to plan an offensive like this. We're going to move them in there. We're also going to pick the domestic film industry at 100 political power. And that's also the mark to attack Italy. So when you get to 100 political power, you pick domestic film industry and you get ready and attack Italy as soon as possible. Now, we are in a defensive war at the moment, but when we attack Italy, we will be in an offensive war, which means we will lose a lot of war support. That's why we need domestic film industry. The other thing we want to do at this time is we want to block some of these sea regions. Well, at least the ones bordering us. These ones we're going to block. This ones is okay. And the other ones we can avoid them instead. That's for later. Okay, something like this should be perfect.
Zu Befehl. Angetreten.
Okay, as soon as they are in position, get some planning. We don't want to delay the attack on Italy. The Germans still have some divisions, huh? Look at them. That's why we go after Italy before finishing Germany, because it wouldn't be that easy to push them entirely yet. Italy is a higher priority for several reasons, which I'm going to explain in a bit. In any case, we are ready for Italy. Let's make a save just in case. So we declare war on Italy. We immediately start the offensive up here. And these units are still training, but we can push with them training. It doesn't matter. We can still destroy the Italians easily. So that's done. Perfect. Now we can stop training them though. And we can send them back here to reinforce and push even more. The goal is always the same in Italy. You want to cut them off as soon as possible. Now other countries will send you volunteers. Since we are the only ones in this war, we will get 100% of the war score in any case. You can accept them. And here, remember, the highest priority is to cut off Italy and to take Venezia as fast as possible. That really, really helps.
Verstanden.
Okay, Venezia is taken. Perfect.
Auf geht's. Zu Befehl! Bereit! In Bewegung bleiben!
Okay, perfect. When you split Italy into two, use the best army to push southern Italy, central and southern Italy. Do it as fast as possible. I will use a spearhead in this case. And the other army can keep pushing the northern part of Italy. So you can assign them here and let them finish the job. I wouldn't stop them for even 1 second, just keep pushing the whole time.
Zuhören!
And try to take Genova as fast as possible, since it is the only harbor they have in the north. Everybody else will be encircled and killed.
Achtung! Verstanden!
Look at our amazing naval technology as Austria. Well, I guess it makes sense, but we don't even have transport ships. We need to research them. Now, do keep in mind that Italy has a lot of divisions in here and in here, so you don't want to take too long. Otherwise, they can become challenging to take down. You want to rush them as fast as possible. Not really challenging, but a bit more challenging.
Zuhören! Zu Befehl!
Okay, Mussolini is deposed, meaning the civil war will happen soon.
Bereit! Los! 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 Verstanden!
Now, for the civil war, we probably need to take Napoli, maybe even Taranto. Let's see.
Vorrücken! Wir treiben sie zurück! Zeigt es ihnen!
This is
Ausrücken!
another big one.
Greift weiter an! Ziehen uns zurück!
Okay, civil war in Italy. It should be over very soon. Do transfer the occupied territory. Perfect. Now, Italy is taken care of, but that's not the end for what concerns Italy. There are some important, very important things that we need to do right away. So, our highest priority now is to lower the autonomy in Italy and to annex them as fast as possible. And for that, we need to build in Italy. And I would recommend building infrastructures first, and then you can build military factories. That's also good because we're going to need that stuff later on anyway. Regardless of what you build, make sure that it is your highest priority. So everything in Italy before anything else.
Zuhören!
Now that we are done with this, we can take care of Germany. Another thing we can do in Italy is we can request garrison support if they are willing to give it to us, or we can request it to other people if they're willing to give it to us. Nobody is willing to give anything to us, so fuck them all. Look at it. Kosovo, I knew I could rely on you. Although your garrison support, I'm assuming, is not going to be massive, probably, right? Well, let's see. Moldavia? Moldavia, no. Okay, regardless. Now we're also going to increase the production of trains to 2, taken again from tanks. We're still a bit in red in terms of production, but that's going to be fixed very soon. Now it's time to take care of Germany once and for all. So we're going to push with one of our offensive armies in here. And we're going to send the other offensive army in here. Here we have a very easy encirclement, as you can see. So we're going to try and take it. Let's go. Look at Kosovo, 6,000 manpower. That's not bad, actually, to be honest. It's not bad.
Verstanden!
And these suicidal red bubbles are the volunteers, by the way. It's not us murdering our divisions. It's the UK murdering their own divisions as they do best. As nobody murders their divisions as well as the UK. No, that's not true. Somebody does. Somebody is clearly the best at murdering their units uselessly.
Verstanden!
Okay, let's get some planning going in here. Speed up. Now, if you wanted to rush down Germany at this point, you could push with everyone at the same time. The Germans don't really have divisions anymore. But we're not particularly in a hurry to end Germany, so we can take our time and reduce casualties. At 150 political power, we are going to pick the popular figurehead to increase our stability.
Angetreten! Bereit zum Ausrücken!
Okay, I think we can start this offensive, and we can also start this offensive. So let's push Germany.
Verstanden! Zeigt es ihnen! Verstanden! Zu Befehl!
And the Germans are encircled again.
Angetreten! Verstanden!
Okay, as soon as you take the facility near Berlin, that's usually a bit later than now, but whatever. You can get a scientist. Let's get this guy, this lady actually. And you can start researching the military engineering vehicles. No, you cannot, because I didn't put the scientist. And you can start researching the military engineering vehicles. This is optional, by the way, yeah? It's not absolutely necessary, but they can help later on.
Verstanden! Bereit!
Whoa, look at this. Look at this amazing offensive line. What are we doing here? We are basically... So basically we are pushing ourselves. We go back, we go behind, and we kick our own ass.
Ihre Befehle.
Amazing, amazing stuff. Yeah, let's remove this stuff. Insane. Yeah, we don't even need these offensive lines since we are not going to use them to push, but we can kill some more Germans. Why not? I would say. Why not? Is there anyone in here even? No, nobody's in here.
Ihre Befehle. Zuhören. Distanz. Halten. Vorrücken.
Well, looks like Germany is not going to be with us for much longer.
Ihre
Well,
Befehle.
these guys have nothing to do. Yeah, I think that's the end. Maybe not. Germany not giving up. Probably need to take Kiel as well. Where did they put the capital? Yeah, but we don't need to go all the way to Königsberg. Okay, and Germany is no more. This was a very fast Germany, by the way. It's not always this fast, but you do have a bit of a buffer at this point, so you don't need to worry. Now, peace conference time. In the peace conference, it's very important that you take the navies of Italy and Germany. You don't have issues because you are the only participant, so you can take everything you want. Then you want to annex Germany entirely. That's because later on we will be able to core all of Germany, so we can annex Germany. And for what concerns the rest, we are going to puppet and Balkanize Italy. Oh well, these stuffs which are part of Italy. Sorry, these stuffs. I shouldn't say this. Albania is a great country, so many Albanian friends. I will edit this out, but something you may be interested in is when I grew up a long time ago in northern Italy, there were many migrants coming from Albania, very nice people. So I had some very nice classmates from Albania. There is a big Albanian community in Italy, and I think there are strong bonds between our countries nowadays. And now Albania is a great country, very developing very well. Okay, that being said, let's continue. So let's confirm, make sure that you take the navy. And there we go. Of course, we accept the trade with Sweden. Why not? Now let's give a look at our puppet Italy, because we need to annex them as fast as possible. So that's our main priority from now on. Now, as Germany falls, we are going to create an agency. Later on, we are going to upgrade it with the naval department, and we're going to send a spy to southern England. I'm not going to cover that anymore. We're going to make some changes to our offensive template. We want one additional tank, but we want to keep the width at 30, so I will remove one infantry battalion. So something like this is the new offensive template. Now we're also going to add anti-air to our infantry template, and we're going to change everyone else to infantry. Now here I would like this guy to have gotten some more levels in attack. I'm not saying that he's bad, that's a lot of planning. But attack would have been nice. So these guys may be a bit more balanced. So I think we're going to keep this guy. We're going to create only one offensive army. And we're going to set them at the border with the Netherlands, ready to push into the Netherlands. And we're going to train them. Everyone else, as we said, we're going to change into infantry. Most of them are already infantry, but... And the mountaineers are also going to be infantry from now on. We're going to take one of these armies and of 24, and we're going to set them at the border with France. Everybody else will be at the border with Poland, ready to push into Poland. Now this may or may not be needed, depending on the run. Just in case, we will be ready for that. We're also going to gather whatever planes we have left in here. deploy the ones we got and train all of them.
Achtung! Achtung! Zuhören!
Okay, as soon as possible, we want to lower the autonomy in Italy. And as we do that, we're also going to start a justification on Belgium and on the Netherlands at the same time. This is not always needed, but sometimes they don't join the allies. We need both of them to easily get into France, so we justify on both at the same time. First Belgium, then the Netherlands, otherwise the timing will be messed up. The other thing we want to do is we want to start a land lease on Italy and send them all of our convoys to speed up the annexation the annexation progress. Now we're a bit faster than usual in this run. We took down Germany and Italy very quickly, so if you're a bit later, don't worry. On the other hand, we are definitely not swimming in manpower, but that's going to be alright. Ah, shit. All this sucks. Maybe we'll get another one by the time we attack the UK. We'll see. Maybe not. Very close, okay.
Bereit zum Ausrücken.
Okay, as soon as possible, we proceed to annex Italy. Why did we do all of this? Well, for one reason, for the navy. We needed to take the Italian navies, both of them, not only the ones of the Italy that we defeated, but the other one too. We need both of them to be able to take the UK later on. So we moved the entire navy to northern Germany. And then we're going to give up on Italy, actually. We don't really want Italy. We just needed their navy. By the way, I would like Paradox to add an option to take the navy from your puppets. But, well, we'll see. In any case, what do we do with Italy? We balkanize them. That's the worst thing about Italy. So we release nations. Just make sure to retain states with our cores, because we do have some cores in Italy. So, especially in this part. So, just not to make mistakes, make sure to always press it, just in case. Okay, I believe we did everything correctly. So Italy is now back in the Middle Ages. By the way, we're going to play Crusader King, so by the time this video is released, we already played Crusader King. So this reminds me of our Crusader Kings run. All right. Anyways, so we got a lot of extra divisions in. We got a lot of extra divisions from Italy as well, which we can just split into two groups and assign to these guys here. Maybe give them some to them.
Zuhören. Verstanden.
Yeah, something like this is fine. So all of the Italian divisions we can send at the border with Poland. We're not going to need them. And if you're really struggling with manpower, you could even disband them. It's not a terrible idea, to be honest. But the other thing we can probably do is request garrison support from these new Italian puppets. Look at them, they're much more friendly than the previous one. So that should fix our manpower problems. From now on, civilian factories are free, although you have all of these juicy 100% developed regions in Italy, which you can use to build more military factories, of course. Now, at this point, we're also going to check our planes. We may have some planes to deploy and train, so let's go on and do that. What's the deal here? You don't exist, my friends. Sorry to tell you that, but you don't exist. We're going to merge them.
Bereit zum Ausrücken.
Okay, we got our navy in position. Now we're going to give them an admiral. We don't even have one, so we need to recruit one. And then we also want to repair them right away. So let's set some dockyards to repairing. Let's repair them. Now remember when we lacked equipment? Look at us now. Look at the amount of tanks that we have. And those tanks are not wasted because now we're going to upgrade the design to this one. So it has the improved howitzer. We're going to save it. We're going to start producing it, not like this. We're going to start producing it and we're going to convert from stockpiles, so we don't waste any resources. We can use many of the tanks we produced to quickly replace the ones in use in our offensive template. Also going to buff the logistics company, and we're going to add it to our offensive template. Don't forget to train them. Want them to be at full training. Now, when the Soviet Union demands Bessarabia, we're going to give it to them. And when you get this event, we're going to pick in due time. This means that gradually, slowly, we will be able to annex all of Germany. And with these decisions, that's why we're saving political power. We're going to integrate all of Germany, of course, starting with Berlin. And we're going to start producing these new armored support vehicles. We want to produce 50. We want to produce 50 of them from our T1.
Verstanden!
Alright, and now we're just waiting for the claims on Belgium and the Netherlands. Perfectly timed. We do have some time.
Bereit zum Ausrücken!
But soon it will be time for some additional action in here. Yeah, we will not have a spy, sadly. Okay, so Poland will be in the Allies, meaning we will also have to share some score with the Soviet Union. That's okay. That's not always the case. Sometimes they don't join the Allies. Actually, no, they always join. That's not always the case. Sometimes they are not called in the war against us. Sometimes the Soviet Union attacks them a little bit later. Okay, we got our own claims, so it is time for our war versus the Allies. Let's save. Let me see the last time timing. December, January, so we're about 1 month later. That'll be fine. Alright then, war on the Netherlands, war on Belgium. Start this offensive right away, also start pushing in here, slow down a bit. Don't want to mess this up. Now, of course, our tanks are unstoppable, so there's not much to worry about there. And the only difficult part of this war will be indeed the invasion of the UK. Oh, look at this bug. I had it last time too. Interesting.
Bereit zum
I
Ausrücken.
have no idea what this is, but this is very ugly. Look at this mess. Wow, that's
Ihre Befehle.
completely messed up. That means we need to micro them a bit more, I think.
Ausrücken.
Otherwise they may stop pushing where I need them to push. Okay, Belgium is down. It's perfect.
Bereit zum Ausrücken. Verstanden.
We can probably encircle and kill some divisions here.
Ihre Befehle.
Netherlands down.
Befehle. Ausrücken. Befehle. Ausrücken. Bereit.
Time to take down France very quickly. But what's the deal with my front line here, boys? What's happening? What is happening? I will use a full back line. I don't want to reload, although that would probably fix it.
Bereit zum Ausrücken.
See, Poland, for example, was not called in the war against us. So that's what I was mentioning earlier.
Ihre Befehle. Ausrücken.
Okay, let's just do something like this then.
Befehle.
Microing at its best.
Befehle. Zuhören.
Okay. I do expect Paris to go down quite soon, and with it, probably all of France.
Bereit zum Ausrücken. Ihre Befehle. In Bewegung bleiben.
Oh my god.
Achtung. Greift weiter an.
Now, why the hell? Well, this is bug too. Well, okay, France is down. Easy, as it should be.
Angetreten.
Oh, we took all of them. Nice. They usually have some pockets here you need to take care of. That doesn't seem to be the case this time. Very happy about that. Sure. And we already got the landing craft. That's not always the case. Sometimes you get it a bit later and you take down France a bit earlier. Depends on when you get the claims when you annex Italy. In any case, we are ready now, so we can plan the naval invasion of the UK.
Achtung.
The only really tough part of this later run. No.
Angetreten.
The only really tough part here at the end of the run. Because after Germany, everything is easy up until now. So let's go with groups of 4 from Dunkirk. There will be 4 to Dover, 4 up there, 4 here. And the other groups of 4 will be from here instead to Portsmouth.
Ihre Befehle.
Another 4 here.
Angetreten.
And another 4 here. Okay, so that's the plan for the naval invasion. Let's keep integrating stuff here.
Bereit.
Meanwhile, we can use the other army that we had in here to protect the coast from potential naval invasions. So let's set them on guarding the coastline. That's good.
Zu Befehl.
Now we want to select all of our planes, and this part is very important. We want to send them all to Calais, including the new ones. These planes will play a massive role later on. Can you go there?
Bereit! Bereit? Verstanden!
Now we need to send our navy there, and this is always a bit of a delicate moment, so I would recommend making a save. If the navy gets intercepted on the way there, we are more or less fucked, so it's probably better to make a save. We want to split them into two groups, half of them here, half of them here. See if we can get there safely, hopefully. This one is a bit trickier. Okay, they got there safely. Totally fine. Now we're going to split them in another two additional groups. So 4 groups in total. And for now we're going to wait because our divisions are not fully ready yet. Also, we do want these divisions to have plenty of supplies before we trigger the naval invasion. So it will take a little bit longer. Okay, looks like everybody has the supplies they need, so we are ready for this naval invasion of the UK. Now, for the naval invasion, we are going to use both the planes that we stole and the navy that we stole. For what concerns the planes, we want to set them on air superiority and naval strike and assign them to the channel. They will stay there for the entire duration of the invasion. For what concerns the navy, now it's very important that we set them on always engage and on never repair. The other thing we want to do is we want them on a strike force in here. Now let's see if we can get the Green Sea right away. With our spy, we would have... Okay, we do get it anyway. We have quite a big fleet, which we will lose entirely. Let me tell you that right away. This fleet will not last for more than 1 week once we invade the UK. Doesn't matter, because their only job is to get our divisions on the UK and protect the convoys for a few days. After that, we don't really care. Now, this is a tough moment of the run. Make sure that you manage the navy and the planes exactly as I do. Otherwise, this can get very tricky. I worked quite a bit on it, but if you want to see me failing, you can watch the live on Fascist Austria, because I actually failed in this naval invasion and had to reload the game. So let's see if it will be different this time. Now, first of all, we triggered the naval invasion. Let's slow down the speed to 3. And as soon as the divisions leave... Perfect, they left. We're going to change these guys from strike force into convoy escort, okay? So we do it later because, as you can see, we lost the naval supremacy when we did that. It doesn't matter. Disembarking is easy, so we don't need the naval support. If you want, you can set them on naval support instead. What I would recommend doing is a force attack as you disembark. Okay, this is looking good. Looks like they have a lot of divisions in there. We don't care. We need to micro a little bit here. Very good. We are disembarking along the entire coast. That's what we need. Perfect, perfect. It's going well. We don't want to stop pushing, okay? The important part is the first part of the invasion. Don't stop pushing. Keep the pressure up as much as possible. Soon we're going to lose our navy, so we're going to lose supplies, and when that happens, we better be in a good spot. Okay, after everybody disembarks, we can cancel this and give them a proper front. No, it's still bugged though. Okay, this is really not good. I need a proper front line in here, so I will need to reload the game, unfortunately. Hopefully that will not trigger any weird events, but I do need to reload the game because I need the front line. So let's go on and do that. I wonder what causes that bug. Completely new. I've never seen it before. Maybe this. I don't know. This was also bugged. Now we can see it. So you can see how we got absolutely no casualties against the allies so far. Okay, now we can assign them a proper front line here and we can start pushing up to Newcastle. We do need to micro a little bit these guys here. Okay, so this part we still need to pay attention to. I love the fact that we got an encirclement on London. Probably have a lot of divisions there. Now here these guys are a bit stuck, it seems. To be honest, overall, this is as smooth as it gets. Our fleet is not as smooth as it gets. Our fleet is dead. Doesn't matter because it got us enough supplies to get this done. That's all that matters, really. Okay, I'm going to need to send some additional divisions here unless these guys can disembark quickly, which they don't seem to be able to.
Verstanden!
Oh yeah, one thing that I completely forgot but we could have done probably was to replace the engineer company with the assault engineer company. We should have done it a bit earlier, but it depends also on how many you have. So probably we didn't have enough. Up here, let's try to cut off the UK, isolate these divisions, see if we can kill them. Okay, these guys got off quite well, to be honest. Not going to complain.
Verstanden! Ausrücken!
Really like what I see here. That's perfect. That's exactly what we need. These guys are dead. Now there was an invasion somewhere, but it seems like they gave up. Okay, perfect. Okay, this is taken care of. Ooh, nice encirclement. Lovely. Casualties-wise, still disintegrating them completely.
In Bewegung
Now we can
bleiben.
take Newcastle.
Vorrücken. Zeigt es
And with
ihnen.
this, we end the war. Done! 92% of the war score in our hands. Do we get to annex Poland? No, we don't get to annex Poland, but that's fine. That's for the USSR to take peacefully. Okay, guys, the peace conference is not very interesting. This is the end of the run, although, of course, if you wanted, you could go after the Soviet Union. But by this point, we are so powerful, and we're going to core all of Germany, that there isn't really much else that I need to do for you. You can use one of my many guides on how to do Barbarossa to continue the run if you're interested. You can also check my guide for historical Italy to see how to potentially invade the United States. Though if you do plan to invade the United States, I would recommend annexing these two provinces here. So you can use them to launch an attack on the United States by land. That's very easy. And I will skip the rest of the peace. I will skip the rest of the peace conference for you. I will just pop it as much as I can. One thing I would recommend though is take the Royal Navy, since we burned our navy to get these naval invasion done. So taking the Royal Navy can be very helpful. Okay, now what do we do? Pop it. We pop it. It's annoying that the Soviet Union has that like small percentage, but still some. Slow us down a lot in the peace conference. If I do it like this, it will take forever. Will it not? So how about we do something different? I'm tempted to give this stuff to the Soviet Union. Yeah. It's okay, take it. That stuff I want to. Australia they can take. Ethiopia and Australia. You please not waste my time, Soviet Union. You please not waste my time. What is it, the stuff that you want? Okay, take it. let's confirm. And here we are. And here we are. Alright guys, it is only April 1941. We have a huge amount of factories. We have virtually infinite resources. We control half of the world. Austria is ruling the world once again, as it used to be, as it should be. I'm very happy that I finally managed to make Austria great again. I really worked hard on it. Austria is not an easy country to play, but these are quite impressive results to achieve as early as April 1941. You can continue the run by invading the United States if you want, or by going after the Soviet Union. That is entirely up to you. But for us and for Austria, this is really all. Two guides, the Danubian Federation and the Habsburg Austrian Empire, and the Fascist Austrian Empire, which is very similar. It's basically the same run with some minor changes also available. I think we gave Austria a lot of love. Did they deserve it? I don't know, but it is what it is. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this video and this run. It was fun, the run itself, but working on it was tough. It took a lot of tries, a lot of attempts, a huge amount of hours. So if you enjoyed the run, if you enjoyed the guide, please show your support by liking the video, subscribing to the channel, and leaving me a comment. Comments really help with the algorithm. Also, let me know what you thought about this run, if you have any suggestions for further improvements, and so on. And well, guys, if you stayed with me until now, of course, thank you for watching, and I will see you very soon in the next video. Bye-bye!